The Jets and the Patriots tied with Buffalo for first place in the AFC East. The Jets have not been in first place in the AFC East in week 6 or later since week 12 of the 2010 season. We're underway from MetLife. High kick. Stewart's going to take it out of the end zone. 1 yard deep. And a poor decision. It's not a problem.
Get their applesauce by 4:30.
Play action on first down. Ball is tipped. 2nd and 10. McCown from the gun. McCown sets. They'll try a deep shot. McCown, rainbow, jump ball opportunity. It's hauled in. Robbie Anderson, but he could not complete the catch. McCown lets it fly on an out route. He's got Anderson. Stiff arm, and he's out of bounds. A lot of cushion there. And they have opened up the playbook a bit. Give to Forte. There's nothing there. Playing in his 3rd straight game. He was dealing with injuries earlier. Extra offensive lineman. Qualley is eligible to throw, and it's incomplete. And Jermaine Kearse has been a difference maker as well. These were guys that weren't even on the roster until late August, early September. Running room for McCown. Josh McCown getting out of the pocket. So the Jets in New England territory, first possession of the day. Fake it. McCown has protection. Dumps it off. Forte. Another first down. 1st and 10 from the 35. Jets are on the move. McGuire. Angled out of bounds. He took a couple of shots there. Picks up 2 yards. Deron Harmon. McGuire out of Louisiana Lafayette. 6th round draft pick. Fake it. It's a boot. Forte connects with another rookie, Stewart. This is a 3rd and 6 now for New York. McCown in trouble. McCown hooks a pass downfield. Going upstairs, Jeremy Curley. He brings it in.
There goes Curley down the sidelines. Good coverage by Jones, but what an effort by Curley to high point that ball 30 yards all the way to the 1 yard line. What a fantastic, time-consuming, effective opening drive for the Jets against the Patriots.
Adam Butler nearly had a sack. 1st and goal. Spin move. McGuire can't get there. Ferry and Jenkins. Forte cannot steamroll it in. He is denied. Defensive lineman and fullback in front of Forte. 3rd and goal. McCown will throw it. The floater is caught. Touchdown. Safarian Jenkins. The Jets strike first. Impressive opening drive.
McCown and the Jets on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 and 6 points on this one.
"13 plays, 88 yards. McCown was 5 of 8 on the drive with the touchdown. The extra point, Catanzaro.
Now he's rare in many ways.
Yes.
That's certainly one of them.
And the Patriots are 7-1 of their last 8 games following an appearance on Thursday night. Dion Lewis in the backfield for New England. They give it to him. Lewis hits the hole. Lewis with a spin move.
Circumstances.
Lewis again. Well, this time he's corralled, but it is enough for a first down. Leonard Williams, Kowski the motion man. Brady will fire underneath. But if it was a Sunday game, he probably would have been able to go. Brady, it's dropped by Cooks. Amendola, the motion man. Brady, on time, Chris Hogan. He's gone 5 straight just once in his career, 2009. The spin by Dion Lewis. Good effort by Lewis just to have a sack this season. In fact, nobody on the defensive line has registered a sack for New York. Brady. The fake. The deep ball. And it's too far. 3 Jets in the area. Brady lets it fly, and it's offline. He was trying to hit Gronkowski.
Brady to throw it away.
Ryan Allen averaging 43 yards per punt this season. Jeremy Curley is deep. This one will go over his head and takes a New England bounce. Matt Forte in there. First down and 10 from the 4. 5:31 to go in this first quarter. Forte gets the carry. Forte, 14 win in Cleveland. They allowed 419 yards to the Browns, still won the game. McCown, a floater. And Forte takes it. McCown operating out of the gun. They handle the rush. McCown slings it. Incomplete. Robbie Anderson extending.
Throwing shoulder, his right shoulder. He was later carted off the field, and right now Brett Hundley is the quarterback.
Iron Eagle.
Oh boy. Danny Amendola is spun down. Excellent field position for the Patriots to open up. It's a give to Gillislee. Physical runner, and he's spun down across the 45-yard line against Tampa Bay. 2nd and 1. Keep it on the ground. And Gillislee, who's making his tour through the AFC East with Miami, Buffalo, and now New England. Didn't it?
Oh, give me the bomb any day.
First down for New England. Gillislee keeps the legs churning and carries a couple tacklers with him to the 35, including Darren Lee. The versatility here. Swing pass. It's caught by White. White could not break away. Brady steps up, guns it to the outside. It's complete. Brandon Cooks. And he's out of bounds.
As he did on the ball that he dropped.
Back to the ground game. Gillislee slicing. Oh, he loses the football. Patriots turn it over. Williams indicating. Trying to get to the bottom of that scrum. The Jets have it. Jets take over at their own 22. McCown pats the ball. Open man is Forte. Accelerates for the first down across the 35-yard line.
Going to jump over the block of David Andrews there and then reach from behind, punch that ball out. You always hear about splash plays, usually talking about offense, but
his pickup tendencies, playing faster. He said Davis has been a big help in that department. McCown sells the play fake and delivers a strike to Safarian Jenkins. Clean catch. Possession of first place is on the line in the AFC East in this matchup with the New England Patriots. They have a 7-0 lead and a 2nd and 2 to start the second quarter. Good move by McGuire to pick up 3. Playbook is always doing the right thing. Shotgun, McCown. Fires it to Safarian Jenkins. The spin move for extra yards.
2 outstanding weapons.
Lawrence Thomas sets up as the fullback. It's a give, and there's nothing there for McGuire. Hanson is in. Another rookie out of Cal. McCown steps up, slings it. It's complete. Keep this drive alive with a 1st and 10 at the 31. McCown floats it upstairs. Caught. Jeremy Curlian's gone. Touchdown, Jets.
When it's all about facing pressure and finding his receiver behind the defense.
Catanzaro straight through. It's 14-0 Jets. England's had a difficult time stopping teams. 30th in points allowed at 28.4 points per game for the opponent. A blast by Catanzaro.
It's at 323 per game. McCown's already at 149.
And Dan, that was after the turnover by Gillislee. Jets took advantage. Brady, low throw. Amendola trying to dig it out, and he does. No! Official came in and said it hit the ground. And if Watson, the defense with Joseph. Patriots in a 14-0 hole. Brady steps up. Brady hit as he throws. Wins on the road for the Patriots. Brady in the pocket. No pressure to deal with, and Brady delivers to the outside. It's incomplete. The New York 28. High punt. Angle towards the sideline. Fair catch called for it. Best starting field position of the day. They mark it at the 38. Running play. Forte didn't go down. finally stood up. Count is the 13th different starting quarterback for the Jets against the Patriots since Tom Brady took over. Deep ball, incomplete, and Robbie Anderson took a shot. Flag down.
No foul on the play for helmet-to-helmet contact. It was determined that the player was hit in the chest. Incomplete pass, second down.
Tony Corrente said that that is a shot to the jaw, though. It's going to hit, watch, Anderson's face mask right here as McCourty comes in. And
this season, the Jets have been averaging just 7.8 points in the first half. They put up 14. They're looking for more. It's not going to happen here. Lachlan Edwards will punt it. First time. Danny Amendola is deep, backpedaling. And it bounces inside the 5 and rolls out to the 7-yard line. Dion Lewis in there with a 1st and 10 at the 7. Lewis gets the call. Spin move met by Lee and then gang tackled. Play action. Brady throws. Gronkowski snares it for a first down.
on a linebacker.
Play fake. Brady nearly intercepted. Buster screen. Brady is 6 of 12 for just 58 yards. Play action. Set it up. Catch and curl, and Cooks is chopped down. White sets up in the backfield. Here comes the rush. Brady steps forward. Brady throws. It's complete. Danny Amendola. And a scrimmage now, the 45 of the Jets. Patriots moving quickly here with Dion Lewis. Brought down by Marcus May.
How does Cowher know it?
That's the bigger question.
Thank you.
2nd and 1. Ripping through Dion Lewis. Life for the New England offense with a 1st and 10 at the Jets' 27. Nothing fancy here. It's Lewis up the gut for 2. Team was out of football for a stretch. 2nd and 8. Brady timing route, looking incomplete. Gronkowski with a flag down against Jamal Adams.
Pass interference.
It is.
Defense number 33. Both plays at the 1-yard line. Automatic first down.
What do you got?
You could argue that that's Gronkowski. Watch his right hand.
Patriots looking for points. Devlin in front of Lewis. Lewis slashing. Lewis extending in for the touchdown.
Watch Lewis go low here. Can't even see where he is, but you can certainly see the ball across the plane.
Allen holds it. And Gostkowski knocks it through. It's Gostkowski down at the 5 for Stewart, returnable, and that's by design for New England, who is sitting this one out with a calf strain. Forte gets the call. Become a dynamic weapon for the Jets over the last few seasons. Motion man Stewart. Forte dances. Just scored, trying to build some momentum. And they give it to McGuire, the first man through, and the Patriots were ready. It's a loss of 1.
Down and short.
Lachlan Edwards to punt it to Danny Amendola. Spiraling kick. Amendola will return it from the 13. Gets through the first wave at the Patriots' 21-yard line. Devlin and Lewis in the backfield. Fake it. Dorsett, the motion man. 2nd and 10 for New England. They handle the rush. Brady, clean pocket. Brady, deep ball. Double coverage. Intercepted. This time Screen holds on to it. And Screen is ruled down.
From the outside, you can see Jamal Adams. Brady thinking he's got single covered, but look at Screen runs the route for Philip Dorsett. The eyes of Screen, and he secures that against his chest.
Home run ability, a different dynamic. He's been a pro from day one. The way he talks through plays, he's been impressed. McCown fires to the outside, and Curse. That pops up whenever you talk to the Jets about their current climate. McGuire has nowhere to go on a play here on a 3rd and 2 for the Jets. McCown moving pocket. McCown stops. McCown is dropped. Kyle Van Noy.
That game.
So the Patriots will get the football back, and they'll have the ball to start the third quarter. This sets up in New England's favor. Opening for Amendola. He accelerates across the 40-yard line. Well, the Patriots looking for more balance today. We've seen more on the ground with Dion Lewis. A minute 35 to play. First half. Brady pats the ball and throws. It's complete. Amendola nearly broke away from Buster's screen. But
After the conclusion of the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 48.
it is Jenkins.
15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play and an automatic first down.
And that's a crusher. It's over. And Jenkins comes in. He had time to work with a minute 25 on the clock. Brady. Rainbow delivery is incomplete. Chris Hogan back in there.
This is a matchup Brady will like.
Brady dials it up to Gronkowski. Broken up by Lee. Brady, the throw to the outside, and it didn't get there. It was tipped for last week with a long of 48. From 47 yards away, Gostkowski, a corkscrew. No good. McCown from the gun. Delivers to Safarian Jenkins, who scoots out of bounds. From the gun once again. McCown flings it away. Patriots pointing, no flag. McCown. A BB. Safarian Jenkins has become a go-to target for McCown. It's a first down and a couple. 53 seconds left on the clock. And the Jets moving it. McCown. Excellent hands. Handled by Curse.
Illegal use of the hands, hands to the face, offense, number 72. 10-yard penalty and repeat, first down.
It's coming back. Brandon Shell. McCown throws a juggle, and Forte secures it. 2nd and 12. McCown downfield, intercepted. Malcolm Butler steps in front for the pick.
That Anderson was the target, but that's a beautiful read by Butler, and he secures the catch before going out of bounds. But remember, on the other side, you've got Batamosi.
And now New England with 2 timeouts left take over at the 37. Brady knocked down.
Ely again.
Coney Ely.
Wow.
Give it to James White, a rare carry for White. Middle of the pack in the NFL. 3rd and 1. Brady. It's a strike to Amendola. First down to the 44. Brady throws deep ball over the shoulder. Brandon Cooks, spectacular. In a matchup with Claiborne, 42-yard bomb to Cooks. .15 seconds left. Brady locks in. Gronkowski through his hands. White shifts to the backfield. 2nd and goal. Brady. Hauled in by Gronkowski for the touchdown.
Again, it's a single coverage that time by the rookie, Jamal Adams.
Against Rob Gronkowski. Extra point. Gostkowski nails it.
It's mind-boggling, isn't it? And open on the play on the sideline, and Butler ran a better route than Anderson.
End of the first half here at MetLife. The Jets and Patriots tied at 14. New England will have the football to start the second half. Tied at 14, both teams 3-2. Tied atop the AFC standings with Buffalo. 3 straight 3-and-outs for the Jets. Open the door for the Patriots in that second quarter. On a quick handoff, spin move by Lewis. Dion Lewis. Claiborne tried to hem him in, and Lewis turns it into a first down run. Line of scrimmage is now the 36 for New England. Devlin shifts out of that fullback spot. Brady with a deep drop. Brady throws to the sideline. Coming back for the football, it's Brandon Cooks.
Another first down.
Ran track at Oregon State his freshman year, indoor season. Lewis. Fake the handoff. Brady. It's on time to Cooks. Brandon Cooks lowers the helmet. First penalty of the day.
Interference, offense, number 15, 10-yard penalty, and repeat, second down.
Brady from the gun on 2nd and 13. Brady. High throw. Broken up. Not much of a rush initially. Brady steps up, and Brady finds the open man, Brandon Cooks. First down, New England. Tom Brady buying some time. Really crisp in his route running. 5 catches, 87 yards. Nothing there for Dion Lewis. Fake it. Brady. Shot down the field. Incomplete. And Brady. Play clock down to 2. Brady steps up again. Brady, it's complete. Rob Gronkowski, they're not going to stop him. Touchdown, Patriots.
Holding, defense number 21. His penalties decline, and the result for the play is a touchdown.
This has been a heck of an education for the young safety, Jamal Adams.
Has been taken to school by Rob Gronkowski. Extra point, Gostkowski now has it stuck on automatic. And a reality check for the Jets, who trail 21-14. Stewart's going to take it out of the end zone. And Stewart hit hard. 10 from the 14 for New York. McGuire in the backfield. The bootleg throw is incomplete, and Stewart comes up limping. But talking to players, that seemed to be a catalyst for this turnaround. Professional pride. McCown goes outside to Robbie Anderson, who's got major speed. And adjustments will be made. Running play, nothing there. For the timeout, 2nd and 9 for New York. McCown gets rid of it. It's complete to Cadet. McCown, no pressure. McCown steps up. McCown will run for it. Josh McCown. Elderly legs. Shiftier than you may think. A play like that just paid off for the Jets. Forte waits for an open. McCown has signed a 1-year, $6 million deal for the Jets. Running around once again. Gets some blocks. McCown looks downfield. Schoolyard fake. And he's down. Jets trying to answer with 7:21 to play in the quarter. McCown hits the open man, Cadet. 9th play of the drive, 5 passes so far. Cadet remains in there. And they'll run it to him. Cadet. Down.
That's really a tribute to the coaching staff, getting players ready to play.
McCown tosses it underneath. Catch made by Cadet. Forte lines up in the backfield. 3rd and short. Forte gets the call. And Forte trying to squeeze inside. They're going to go for it on 4th and 1. It could have been a 52-yard field goal attempt. McCown, rush coming. McCown avoids it. McCown throws. Intercepted. Gets intercepted. It's a difference of 6 yards if they ruled it incomplete. Gronkowski hit down low. 5 catches, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns for Rob Gronkowski. Running play for Gillislee, who has not played a big role. Brady, 227 yards, 2 touchdowns. Brady gets rid of it, and it's incomplete. Hogan with his flag down.
Holding, defense number 41. 5-yard penalty.
That makes that a moot
automatic, first down.
Brady, he's been doing his part, looking around, shrugging the shoulders at officials. 2nd and 6. Feed it to him again. Gillislee falls forward across the 45-yard line, and Brady floats it high. It's caught. An ephus to James White. Fastballs?
Very few bullets.
Give up the middle. Gillislee finally chopped down with the safeties May and Adams.
Never know it.
Nope. Keep it on the ground. And the right decision for Gillislee. Helmet lost, flag down.
Illegal use of the hands to the face. Defense number 58. This 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play and an automatic first down.
It's Darren Lee. Brady. Play action. Brady. Underneath. Gronkowski. Play of the 4th quarter. Patriots trying to extend the lead. Brady bounces it in the direction of Hogan. Incomplete with a flag down. The other way.
Pass interference. Offense. Number 14. 10-yard penalty. And repeat. 2nd down.
To Gronkowski, closer to the goal line.
So this is now a 2nd and 15 for the Pats. Accepted penalty. Brady throws it into a crowd with 3 Jet defenders in the area. James White. Running play for White. And he's brought down at the 10. And he knocks it through. Have used clock. They put points on the board. And they now lead by 10. Ardarius Stewart is deep. And the kick carries him to the corner of the end zone where he'll take a knee. Get something going here if they have any chance in this one. Down by 2 scores now. It's a give to McGuire. That's been a huge key for New England with Brady getting the Pats back on track. McCown gets rid of it and hits his tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins, the former Buccaneer, is down at the 40-yard line. Oh, this has been a rough stretch for the Jets offensively. McCown on the give. McGuire makes a cut to the outside. McGuire still going with a flag down. Thrown at the 42-yard line.
Holding, defense, number 97. This 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play and an automatic first down.
It's Alan Branch who has been out of the rotation for New England. First down for New York in New England territory. McCown sells the play fake and connects with Lawrence Thomas. 2nd and 5. Jets moving the ball with McGuire in the backfield. Jet sweep. It's Stewart. Spin move by the rookie out of Alabama. For 300 yards of offense for New York. It's a give. McGuire veers to the outside with McCown out of the gun. McCown steps, delivers, makes the connection with Forte. Shotgun. McCown sends it to Forte. Matt Forte with a move short of the first down, but Forte gets extra yards after the catch. McGuire back in there. Curse the motion man. Fake it on a boot. McCown looks to the other side. Patriots are swarming and he throws it away, but just keeps it. On 3rd and 1, McGuire squeezes through for a first down.
Holding, defense, number 90. This penalty be assessed from the end of the run, half the distance to the goal, and an automatic first down.
It's Malcolm Brown. Jets would have had the first down anyway, but it's a tack-on. Huge part of the equation this year for New England. 11th play of the drive. McCown upstairs. Too far for Anderson. McGuire in the backfield. McCown locates his tight end. Seferian-Jenkins battling for the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, Jets.
265 pounds. He has to spin around to make the catch, and now he's got Harmon and Butler trying to keep him from hitting the pylon. But once he hits the pylon and his knees are not down, that's a touchdown.
Therefore, a fumble into the end zone results in a touchback. It'll be New England's ball, first down at the 20-yard line.
What a turn of events here. Tony Corrente looked at the replay. They've determined that Safarian Jenkins lost control of the football, and they're ruling it a fumble through the back of the end zone. I'm just trying to fully understand the call. He juggles it there and has it.
And was across the goal line. He's got it there. Maintains possession there. Pylon goes down.
New England has the ball. It's considered a turnover for the Jets. And it's a spin move by Dion Lewis, who's hit from behind by Jenkins with a flag down. It turns out that New England gets the ball. It would have been 3rd and goal for the Jets.
Offense number 15. This penalty's been declined. Holding. Offense number 61. This penalty is accepted. 10-yard penalty.
This is as the announcement is being made. Austin Safarian Jenkins. The Patriots have the ball and a 10-point lead. Out to Brandon Cooks. Shotgun for Brady. 2nd and 14. James White. He stood up at the 22-yard line. 3rd and 7. Brady hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. The ruling from New York is that he did not gain possession, regain it, until he was out of bounds, so that's why there's a turnover. Allen will punt it, and Jeremy Curley waiting for it at the 31. So the Patriots unable to do anything with it after the turnover. Curley slammed down. 6:32 to play in the 4th. Jets have it at their own 35-yard line. McCown hooks a pass, wide open, Jermaine Kearse, and he's out of bounds. 1st and 10 at the 21. McCown guns it over the middle. Caught by Kearse. McCown out of the gun. McCown moving pocket. The flip. Forte off the shovel pass. Using a lot of time here. McCown locks into the corner. Very high for Robbie Anderson. Play clock down to 1. McCown rush coming. McCown spins out of trouble. Safety valve. It's Forte. And he's hit immediately. With the Jets trailing by 10. Straight through for Catanzaro. A turnover. From the goal line. Lewis runs into Thomas, and then the Jets swarm.
Totally disagree with the call. One of the worst calls I've ever seen.
Patriots on 1st down, run it with Gillislee in a tight one. New England 24, Jets 17. Cooks and Gronkowski have come up big for New England. Fake it. Brady. Toss it to the flat, and James White spun down immediately. Brady fires. Incomplete. Danny Amendola stretching out for it. Buster Screen holds up in coverage. Ryan Allen to kick it. Curley standing at the 33 of New York waiting for it. High punt. And flags come down. The play's whistled dead. It was a booming kick from Allen.
Yeah, it's offsides against the Patriots. False start.
Penalties rearing its ugly head again.
Snap. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down. With the game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 2:05.
Allen Sailing kick, backpedaling, Curley, starts from the 37, tries to circle, flag down, and Curley is dropped.
During the return of the kick, illegal block in the back. Receiving team number 38, 10-yard penalty and first down.
And this one's had an interesting wrinkle with a controversial call, reversal on a touchdown for the Jets. But the Jets still have a chance here, down a minute 50 to go, by 7. For first place in the AFC East, it's the Bills' bye week. 2nd and 10. McCown is dumped at the 20-yard line. Dante Hightower. 3rd and 17 for the Jets. Shotgun McCown. McCown out of the pocket. It's handled by Anderson, but caught at the 25-yard line. McCown steps up, fires, finds Anderson, first down. Anderson into New England territory, and he's dropped across the 45. Pressure throw from McCown.
And have to spike it here to stop the clock.
That's what they do with 52 seconds left. Jets are out of timeouts, 52 seconds left on the clock. Down by 7. McCown, pocket collapsing. He gets out of there. McCown throwing on the move, floats it upstairs. Broken up and almost intercepted by Harmon. Safarian Jenkins
To pick it up, the first down.
McCown devoured Kyle Van Noy, and the clock is rolling. 4th and 16 for the Jets, down to 20 seconds remaining. McCown steps up. McCown looking downfield. McCown lofts it in the air, and it's incomplete, and it's over. The Patriots will hold on. The NFL record is 18. San Francisco did it between 88 and 90. Brady takes a knee. Tom Brady, most wins all time for a quarterback in NFL history.